Hi.
Hi there. How do you take time away from your business?
Oh, good topic. And
This
it
is,
was a bit of a hot topic in the Shopland household this morning.
yes, when we were having our discussion earlier about what do we want to talk about on Breakfast Banter today, and we're talking about, well, we're actually going to do a corporate retreat for a few days coming up, and it was like, whoa, there was some resistance, there was some interesting conversations
Mm.
about what it would look like and how we would actually take time away from our business.
Well,
So,
to unplug, I think that was the question you asked is like, well, what is that? Because you were honest in saying you don't feel I do it very well.
mm-hmm,
And so then you're thinking anytime you're wanting to rest, you feel guilty,
mm-hmm,
right? So it really started a conversation, and it was a bit heated, truthfully, but we're okay with that because we know we can have hard
mm-hmm,
conversations
mm-hmm.
and get through it and listen. Not all the time, we work on this, but listen to understand versus listening to respond and react to it. So
Yeah, and I'll admit I didn't do a very good job of listening to understand today. So let's give a bit of context. Normally, we just do one corporate retreat a year, and then quarterly we get together and kind of review our goals. But there's been a lot of things going on in the last 6 months, and there's a lot of things coming up in the next 6 months. We're seeing some great opportunities and some great growth happening within our business. And so we thought, here's a good chance for us to do. It's a bit quieter in the summer. Let's take some time away from our business and do a little bit of planning and get away for a little bit to unplug was my thoughts and be able to do some of this. And boy, it was such an interesting conversation around what our expectations were and what we thought each other needed for this time. But it's so valuable to do. Yeah.
well, and just even realizing, right, like my unplugging can often mean going socializing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Being around people and being energized by that. And for you, the opposite is true. For you, unplugging, it really means like being a soloist out in the garden and in the garage, if you didn't catch that film last weekend, right? Like you love working on your own, not in the business, but just you're always busy and doing things, but on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And really just understanding and appreciating that we're completely two different people, so we react and need different things, and yet we both know in the heart of hearts that it is really important that we take time away from our business. And so we were of an agreement to that. It was just, oh, okay, what is it that you need and what is it that I need?
Mm-hmm.
And how can we facilitate that moving forward?
Yeah, and trying to come together on what it would look like for both of us to be able to do that. And how do we incorporate that into some time away from the business, and what does it look like? From a purely business perspective, I look at it and say, how do we unplug from that? As entrepreneurs, as people that are, in essence, surrounded by our business 24/7, it's important to be able to take some time away because there's a lot that comes at us, ping, 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 notifications and things like that, versus what are we doing to be able to be out there and intentional about building the business in the way we want. Because if you want, we could have, and this in the technology world today, we can have all sorts of notifications come at us, all sorts of emails and things like that are demanding our time. But the real intentional time that we can spend, where we can stop, where we can listen, where we can actually be able to get into what's going to go and help to move our business forward is really important. And that was what I was looking to get out of this upcoming retreat. So
Yeah. And just even, well, because I think where I got triggered was what I was making it mean, right? Is he said, you seem to struggle taking time. You're always thinking about the business. And I am, because that's my beautiful brain, and I'm a creative mind, so I'm constantly, but that to me is, it can be restful, it can be exciting, and just sitting in that creative energy. So I like instantly got defensive on that, and it's like, wait a minute, no, like we can go to Hawaii, but I'm still thinking about, like, I don't I might unplug from emails, but my brain's always in this creative state, and that's okay. Like, I love that, and I know that that's what you love about me, is I'm constantly always thinking.
mm-hmm.
And so it's getting into this cadence that the core is, we know that we need to take time away from our business, but what each of us need in that time and how we do it is different. And so how do we support each other in doing that? So I think that that's what we would encourage you today to do.
Yeah, definitely. I think going forward, and our tidbit for you today on this banter is have the conversation and be able to have the pre-conversation about what it is that it means to each of you in order to be able to take some time away from the business. And what is it that you want to be doing in that time? And we have, like I said, we've got a lot of things coming up in the back half of the year. For me, my mind's about planning, and I want to make sure that we've sort of slotted all these things in and understanding what each other need and want out of this time, particularly as a couple that works together, and particularly when you're in a busy period of growth and opportunities within your business. It's important to be able to do that so you don't lose sight of why we're doing this, right? What's important about why we're doing this. So,
So go have that conversation with your partner and just really listen to understand rather than to react. That's our gift to you today. Have a great one.
So good. Till next time. Bye for now.